Hey YouTube, this is Kevin Bolin of Bolin Small Engine, and today guys I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about your mower's deck's mowing plane. Okay, and I know there's going to be a few of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, and I will explain as I go along. Okay, basically your mower's plane, okay, is the ability for your mower's blades to basically touch, okay, more or less in a level manner, if you will, tip to tip. And as you can see, this one doesn't, and I'm going to zoom in, I'm going to show you. Okay, now of course naturally there's supposed to be a gap between the blades, guys. Okay, I'm not trying to imply that that's this way, but there shouldn't be, and I'm going to zoom in here, there shouldn't be a gap between them this way. Okay, basically they should be like this. Okay, the ability more or less to be perfectly straight and aligned with each other. And as you can see, this one isn't. Now what's happened here, guys, is this deck has taken a really hard hit. As you can see right here, where a rock or a brick had basically hit this deck, and of course the owner had done his fancy weld job. But as a result, naturally you're going to get a blade that's bent. As you can see, this is the old blade, and it bent the hell out of it. Now most of the time, guys, you're going to have a broke jack shaft or a mandrel. As you can see, these mandrels are in perfect shape. And what I mean by a broke jack shaft basically is, guys, the star that's underneath the jack shafts will be stripped out. Okay, but as you can see, these were in excellent shape. The guy was extremely lucky in that regard. But as I said, the deck's plane was definitely affected. And as I said, guys, if you hadn't saw earlier, you can see these were actually supposed to touch somewhat in line like this, and they don't. Now as a result, guys, what that basically does is it puts a streak in the middle of your yard when you're mowing. You would not believe the shops that will fight this issue, and they will charge a customer out the ass. Don't be fooled, guys. Basically, when you take it to a shop and they're trying to straighten your deck plane, okay, up, they're basically beating the hell out of your deck and forcing it to flex. That's all they're doing. Okay, they're not really repairing it, they're just forcing the steel basically in the opposite direction so that they can take care of the steel that basically was affected when it took its impact. In other words, they're just force flexing it. Okay, so you're basically getting the shaft. Do not be fooled, guys, if you take your lawnmower to a shop and you're seeing this. Alright, there is no cure for this. Okay, basically you're forced to buy a deck if you really want to take care of the issue. As I said, most shops will sit down and they'll hammer and beat the living hell out of a deck to accommodate a customer. And in truth and honesty, guys, it is a patch job. As I said, you know, it really isn't effective. Within a couple of months, you're going to be right back in the same situation where you got that streak in the middle of your yard and you're taking it to the shop once again and they're beating the hell out of it again. Okay, basically to humor you, more or less. So I wanted my viewers to be aware of this. There are other reasons, of course, that you can have a deck plane to have an issue like this. That can be honestly because of bearings. Okay, the jack shafts can be worn, but typically it's the mandrel, it's the aluminum parts that has the recess where the bearings set that become affected, and that causes an issue such as this where the jack shaft will actually drop. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. As you can clearly see, I'm going to actually get above it so you can see these blades do not line up more or less tip to tip. As I said, guys, they should, if you look, they should be like this. So there's always going to be a small streak in the middle of the yard with this deck. Now, as I said, I can beat the hell out of the deck, and I can take care of the streak and make the customer happy in the moment, basically knowing that I'm screwing them long term. But I wanted to let you guys be aware of these issues. As I said, most people is not going to want to go out and buy a deck that's $300 or $400 just to, you know, slap new mandrels and blades in. I respect that, but I still want you guys to be aware of basically what's occurring, okay? And if you've ever had a deck to a lawnmower shop and, you know, they've beat the hell out of your deck, I want you to realize that it is a patch job, okay? Your deck will flex. The steel has taken an impact, and I assure you it will flex. And because of these issues, like I said, you're never truly going to get that perfect yard, okay? Or mowing, shall we say, for your yard. This deck, of course, came off of the Troy built that I'd shown you guys in previous videos. A lot of the parts came in, so I'm just more or less putting it back together for the customer. But as I said, guys, you know, this is just something that I wanted to share with you guys so that you realize if you're having an issue like this, you can fight the deck hangers all you want. You can adjust the deck all you want. It's not going to do you any good, all right? I mean, that's the truth. What I plan to do with this deck, guys, is basically put it back under, let the customer know, you know, what I've ran into. Obviously, as you can see, he doesn't seem like the type that really cares as long as it knocks down the grass. But regardless, it's something that I felt that you guys could really benefit from. If you're having an issue where there's a streak in the middle of your yard and you're potentially wondering why it's there, okay? Just remember what I've told you. It's your deck plane. Until next time, YouTube.